All right, fake it till you make it. We've all heard it, right? Maybe we've even tried it. But what if I told you that this little piece of advice is actually a super powerful science-backed tool that most of us are using completely backwards? In this explainer, we're going to dig into the real science of how this works. And spoiler alert, it has almost nothing to do with faking anything. So let's just jump right in with the big question. Does faking it actually work? I mean, is it a real strategy for change, or are we just, lying to ourselves? It's a fair question, especially when you're trying to make real improvements in your life, like being more confident or just getting stuff done. Okay, so the short answer is yes, it absolutely does work. But, and this is a huge but, there's a catch. See, the problem isn't the phrase itself. The problem is what we're aiming it at. We're pointing this incredibly powerful tool in totally the wrong direction. And this right here, this is the whole game. On the left, that's what most of us do, right? We're trying to get money. We're trying to get success or confidence. But look, those are just outcomes. The real magic happens on the right. Instead of chasing a thing, you focus on becoming someone. You don't chase money, you become someone who's good with money. You don't chase confidence, you become someone who acts with confidence. That's the shift. That's the secret sauce right there. So yeah, it's all about shifting from getting to becoming. And to really make this click, I want you to think about it this way. Let's use a little analogy. Imagine you're an actor. Okay, so an actor gets a script for a new role, say a doctor. Now, they don't feel like a doctor, of course not. But what do? They put on the white coat. They start using the lingo, walking with that certain kind of authority. And a funny thing happens. Their posture changes, the way they think changes. Step by step, through sheer repetition, their body and their brain start to learn the role. It's not about feeling it first, it's about doing it first. And here's the kicker. Your brain works the exact same way. It's not magic, it's not wishful thinking, it's just biology. Your brain is basically a role learning machine. Whatever part you practice consistently, day after day, that's the part it learns. It's not judging whether you're faking it, it's simply adopting to the evidence you give it. So why does this work so well? Why does acting as if actually convince our own brains? Well, this is where it gets really cool. Let's get into the actual science of it, because there are very real, very concrete reasons this whole thing is so dang effective. First up, we've got this amazing thing called neuroplasticity. And look, it sounds complicated, but all it really means is that your brain isn't fixed. It can literally reorganize itself. It can form new connections based on your behavior. Think of it this way. Every time you do something, it's like a little construction worker and your brain is laying down a new neural path. It's not about what you think or wish for, it's about what you do. So what does this mean for you, practically? Well, every time you act as if you're a confident person, certain pathways in your brain light up. The more you repeat that action, the stronger and more efficient those pathways get. It's like every action is a vote for the type of person you want to be. Eventually, you cast so many votes that the new behavior just feels, well, normal. Your brain essentially goes, all right, the election's over. I guess this is who we are now. Okay, next piece of the puzzle. There's this part of your brain called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. The easiest way to think about it is like a filter, or maybe a bouncer at a nightclub. It's the gatekeeper of your attention. It's constantly deciding what you notice and what just gets ignored as background noise. And the coolest part is, you get to program this bouncer. When you make a clear decision, like, I am a disciplined person, you're essentially handing your RAS a new guest list. Your brain literally starts scanning your world for opportunities to be disciplined. It starts letting in the things that align with that identity and starts pushing distractions away. You'll actually start to see more chances to act the way you want to act. Okay, this brings us to a really, really important point. This is the part where most people get tripped up. It's the reason they try this stuff, feel like a total phony, and then just quit. We have to talk about the massive difference between practicing and pretending. Let's break it down. Pretending, the wrong way, is basically just lying to yourself. It's yelling, I am fearless, when you're shaking in your boots. All that does is create this internal war. But practicing, that's different. That's about action. It's not about denying the fear. It's about acting in spite of the fear. It's not about faking confidence by being arrogant. It's about handling a situation with respect, like a confident person would. You're not suppressing your feelings. You're accepting the discomfort as part of the process. All right, so how do we actually do this? How do we practice without feeling like we're just pretending? Let's get super practical. Here is a simple 5-step character method you can literally start using the second this is over. So here's the framework. First, and this is key, you choose a character, not a goal. Think disciplined or assertive, not lose 10 pounds. Next, you're going to use one single powerful question to guide your actions. Then you start ridiculously small. Step 4 is crucial. You learn to accept that awkward, uncomfortable feeling as proof that it's working. And finally, you just let repetition do its thing. Okay, I really want to zoom in on step 2 because this question is the engine for the whole process. In any given moment when you have a choice to make, you just ask yourself this. What would a person with this trait do in this situation? What would a calm person do right now? What would an assertive person say here? It's like a cheat code. It immediately snaps you out of your old habits and gives you a clear, actionable path forward. And let's not forget about step 4, the discomfort. You have to remember this. If what you're doing feels a little awkward or weird or just uncomfortable, that's a fantastic sign. That's literally the feeling of your brain rewiring itself. Comfort means your old programming is running the show. Discomfort means new wires are being laid down. It is the feeling of actual growth happening in real time. So all of this, the science, the steps, the actor analogy, it all boils down to one final, powerful truth. This is the big idea that makes this whole thing work when so many other self-help hacks just fall flat. And here it is. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. You have to be ready to handle the thing you're asking for. You have to become that person first. See, your identity, that's what creates your behavior, and it's your behavior that creates your results. You have to become it before you can receive it. That's the order. It never works the other way around. So, if there's only one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this right here. Stop trying to fake the outcome. You can't fake results, but you can practice the person. Practice being the kind of person who gets those results naturally. And that, my friends, isn't faking anything. That's building. That's real.